I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago.
US President-elect Donald Trump has lashed out at Meryl Streep following her apparent criticism of him at the 2017 Golden Globe Awards. He called the actress, who has 8 Golden Globes, 3 Oscars, 2 BAFTAs and countless other accolades under her belt, overrated.
It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter. Someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back.
Meryl Streep just unleashed a live TV truth bomb so explosive it'd make a Mission Impossible plot twist look like a Sesame Street skit. The internet is already losing its mind, but here's the question. Did Streep reveal that Trump's spray tan filed a restraining order? Or did she expose something so unhinged even his Twitter account is now a ghost town? Let's break it down before Trump accidentally tweets, "I'm the tan," in all caps. Streep, the woman who's played everyone from Michelle Obama to Miranda Priestley, just hit the stage at the Golden Globes. Or was it a Judge Judy special and dropped this? Donald Trump's signature orange glow isn't just a tan, it's a criminal conspiracy. Cue the gasps. She then pulled a file from her purse and read aloud.
And currently, I am the most over-berated actress who likes football of my generation. It's embarrassing and it's terrifying to put the target on your forehead, and it sets you up for all sorts of attacks and armies of brown shirts and bots and worse. And the only way you can do it is to feel you have to. You have to. You don't have an option. You have to. Stand up, speak up, act up.
Spray tan technician Jose versus Donald J. Trump, a love story gone wrong. According to Streep, Trump's tanning bed buddy Jose filed a restraining order after Trump allegedly mistakenly tattooed MAGA on his forehead with self-tanner and refused to pay the $450 cleanup fee. The room erupted. Trump's team scrambled to fact-check, but Streep wasn't done. This isn't about politics. It's about a man who thinks a legal team is 3 guys in a tanning bed named Rudy Giuliani, and I'm not a robot. But here's the kicker. Trump's Twitter is quiet, no rants, no witch hunt posts, just a single tweet. Meryl Streep is a fake news tan technician. And translation, I have no rebuttal, but my ego's hiding in a tanning bed. The bigger question? Why now? Streep's timing is perfect, like a Marvel villain monologue during a SNL cold open. She's not just exposing Trump's tan scandal, she's roasting his entire persona. You don't sue a movie about your meltdown. You sue the guy who charged you $450 for a presidential glow-up. Before you go, if you're here for the chaos, hit subscribe. Over 98% of you freeload like Trump at a buffet. We see you, Donnie.
And all of us in this room really belong to the most vilified segments in American society right now. Think about it. Hollywood, foreigners, and the press.
Before we move on, smash that like button and subscribe because, you don't want to miss out on this one. So let's rewind to the moment Meryl Streep dropped a truth bomb so heavy it probably set off a minor earthquake at Mar-a-Lago. The silence in the room was deafening, except for the sound of one very orange man probably launching his phone across a gold-plated room like a Kofef themed missile. Streep, the woman who's played everyone from The Devil Wears Prada's fashion queen to Michelle Obama's Calm in a Storm, just hit the stage and delivered a monologue that'd make even the Joker question his life choices. Donald Trump's signature orange glow isn't just a tan, it's a criminal master plan. And guess what? The evidence is in the tan text restraining order. Cue the gasps, the champagne corks, the "wait, is this live?" panic. Trump's response? Silence. Not the "I'm a genius" silence. Not the fake news silence. Just a deafening void on Truth Social so eerie, it's like his account got a restraining order too. Meanwhile, the internet is already running wild. The kicker? Streep's bombshell didn't just expose Trump's Jose the Tan-Tech scandal, it forced people to think, and if there's one thing Trump spent years avoiding, it's citizens using their brains. Now even his base is whispering, wait, he really sued a tanning bed? The best part? Trump's now out here acting like a tan-tech fugitive, and probably hiding in a Mar-a-Lago closet with a can of spray tan and a free speech poster. Meryl Streep is a fake news tan technician. He'll eventually tweet because nothing says innocent like accusing an Oscar winner of being a spray tan hitman. Meryl Streep didn't just expose Trump, she turned his presidency into a tanning bed crime drama. And guess what? The only thing more orange than his tan is his "I'm not mad, you're mad" face right now.
And it's terrifying to put the target on your forehead, and it sets you up for all sorts of attacks and armies of brown shirts and bots and worse. And the only way you can do it is to feel you have to. You have to. You don't have an option. You have to. Stand up, speak up, act. When the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back. And this instinct to humiliate, when it's modeled.
Some strong words for Donald Trump during her acceptance speech at the Golden Globes.
And conservatives don't seem to have an abundant supply of that these days. Okay, now then when she turned to Trump, she never said Trump, but it was obviously what she was talking about. Trump keeps denying that he did it to the reporter, but we've shown you the video 1,000 times.
We have the video for you.
Here.
When his ego is wounded, he always reacts in a way that ranges from confusing to completely insane, making it impossible to predict how he will react. Would the outburst be so lengthy that Twitter servers would plead for pity? Would he try to change the narrative by saying he actually exposed her? Or in typical fashion, would he try something even more absurd to divert attention? A press conference in which he claims he actually created Hollywood, or an abrupt announcement that he was running for King of the Moon. There is no doubt that whatever Meryl revealed was never intended to be seen, but now that it has the fallout, it will be utterly hilarious to witness. Suddenly, the internet does what it does best, which is complete chaos. Twitter is frothing uncontrollably. Memes are flooding Instagram more quickly than he can block them, and TikTok, with Gen Z splicing his most famous moments with clown music and dramatic slow zooms, TikTok is a battleground. It's like Christmas morning, Donald, while his most devoted followers are out there attempting to perform digital CPR on his reputation, which at this point has the structural integrity of a Jenga tower in an earthquake over in the late-night comedy world.
I built a lot of wall.
What are you doing here?
I'm going to be signing a national emergency. And it's been signed many times before.
So you don't read runway?
No. Because you have an agenda and you're fake news.
You have no style or sense of fashion.
It should have been better. And you know what?
No. What's your question?
There's nothing scarier to an insecure man than a strong, intelligent woman calling him out in front of an audience that actually knows how to read. The panic must be setting in somewhere in the depths of his gold-drenched lair. A team of PR people is scrambling to put out a fire they definitely did not sign up for, because what do you do when one of the greatest actresses of all time calls you out? Not with wild accusations or tabloid nonsense, but with actual facts. You flail, you deflect, and hope that yelling it loud enough somehow makes reality disappear. And the irony is that the man who spent years developing his entire character by speaking the truth is now witnessing someone else do it. However, this time, it's not a performance, and it's most definitely not a script written by a desperate speechwriter who tried to fit 3 lies into every sentence. No, this is much worse for him. It's obvious that he will have a meltdown in a matter of minutes, and there is a social media outburst so out of control that it disables the spell check feature on all platforms. Here is the video for you. Suddenly, there is an aggressive insistence that Meryl is unimportant, that no one watches her films, and that he has a lot more awards. Possibly the greatest, the biggest, and so on. Hollywood is envious. The rest of the world, meanwhile, is occupied with rewatching the video in slow motion, going over each word, each precisely timed pause, and each horribly accurate observation that made a certain person redder than normal.
That what she said, was really, the section she talked about bullying, and when people in these positions of power bully, it gives permission to everybody watching to engage in that kind of behavior, and I thought that was a really good point. Very good point. And look, he's about to assume the presidency, and it's the most consequential thing he'll ever do in his life, and I think, I hope that he can rise above, some of those kind of the more boorish behavior that he exhibited as an entertainer, but now as the president, I think,
When the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back. And this instinct to humiliate, when it's modeled by someone in the public.
Perhaps a new conspiracy theory has been added for good measure, claiming that lizard people in Hollywood are in charge because they are envious of his flawless genes. Anything to divert his attention from the reality that he can't, for once, avoid the truth. Meryl Streep is drinking tea somewhere. She destroyed a man's entire ego in less than 5 minutes, knowing full well. Perhaps it's something even more significant, something so ridiculous and embarrassing that even his most devoted supporters had to stop mid-chant and ask, wait a minute? Since let's be honest, his true net worth is like a ghost that is never truly seen but is always discussed. In one moment, he is said to be wealthier than whole nations. The next time he appears in court, he acts as though his wallet is smaller than his grasp of reality. His finances seem to magically grow and shrink based on whether he is avoiding responsibility or boasting. He is a true financial shapeshifter. However, if that wasn't the case, perhaps the truth about his hair was finally revealed. Because what is that really? That is not how a typical follicle structure acts. Is that a wig, written about a small, terrified animal fighting for its life, a sentient entity from another dimension, and a desperate attempt to get away? It is in some ways both rigid and delicate, resembling a cotton candy sculpture that was exposed to the sun for an extended period of time. Speaking of things that defy science, let's discuss that famous tan. You know, the one with the unnatural radioactive glow that looks more like the result of a poorly executed science experiment than a healthy sun kiss. If Meryl eventually verified that the shade belongs to a top secret government waste disposal program gone awry rather than a spray bottle, does the absence of color in nature really surprise anyone? It appears as though someone overused the saturation slider in an attempt to Photoshop a human. However, it appears that no one has ever seen the tanning procedure in action. There are no salons taking credit, no behind the scenes videos showing the glow up in progress, nothing. It's a mystery that most likely involves lacquer, industrial strength, and a dedication to maintaining a traffic cone appearance in all lighting situations. The damage control machine went into overdrive, rushing to clean up the mess faster than a 5-star hotel crew, because whatever Meryl revealed was awful enough to send the internet into a complete meltdown following one of his business meetings. Let's be serious for a moment.